Alright, so I'm going to clean out the fire pit. Figure I'd share with you. Wind's picking up quite a bit. I'm hoping sound quality will be alright. Anyways, if not, I'll add subtitles. First off, the hot gloves. He's rated up to 700 Fahrenheit. So far, they've been pretty freaking good. Though, if you get them wet, you will get a bit of a steam burn. So, gotta be a little careful with liquids, but when it comes to stuff with hot rocks, not a real issue. What I've been doing, taking my little stick stove, just scooping some of this out. It's really full. I got a lot of coals in here. Here, I'll set that up there. Okay. I'm hoping it's showing on the camera. You can see a little bit of heat there still, but it's just going to burn those off, turn them to ash. I'll spread this out and let it burn down a bit. This is actually 2 inches deeper than it looks right now. That's quite a bit of coal in there. I actually built my fire this morning on the leftover coals from last night after I put it out. And so it filled up pretty quick. Otherwise, I think, if I clean it every morning, I can run it all day if I need to. Now, today's the first day I've actually lit a fire. First couple days I didn't light one at all. Third day, about 7 o'clock that night, I lit a small fire just to test it out. It was a different build. Didn't like it. Rebuilt it. Next night, again, had some fire for a couple hours. But today is the first fire I've had during the day. Because like I said, it's friggin' chilly. It's 48 degrees. And I'm getting intermittent rain. So, trying to stay warm, dry. And, my little setup here, just random rocks I found laying around. And a 50 cal ammo box, which eventually is going to go into my semi-permanent shelter with it built facing with the lid laying on its side with the lid facing towards out the back side. So the bottom of it will be flush with the fire zone. And then surrounded by rocks that will absorb the heat. And I'm thinking I can open the lid and stick stuff in it and use it kind of like an oven. Or at least to keep things warm while I've got a fire going. So we'll see how that goes. That's something that I'm going to do here in the next few days, week at the most, once I get the area completely prepped and put together. I mean, building an oven is the last priority for setting up that camp, Right now, for me, it's, cramp in the foot. Today was all about rearranging my setup a bit to protect from this friggin' rain coming from the wrong direction. That's interesting. A couple of the plants, I don't know. I almost feel like I'm seeing more green just from that little bit of rain we got. I've got some seeds and some other stuff I'm going to scatter around and see, when I show up next spring, if I can have anything going. I've got like literally a half a dozen garlic cloves that I'm going to break up and just scatter and see if I can't get some wild garlic going. Wild domestic garlic, I don't know, if it starts growing here, it'll be wild, but it's starting out with domestic stock if it actually does it. I have no clue if it'll work. That's part of why I'm here, is to experiment with what I can do to stay here even longer term. And I'm looking at least 3 weeks, maybe a month, depending on how much rain I get. Water, like I said, is friggin', it's gold here. It really is. I mean, I could probably hike over to the neighbor over there. I can see the roof of his house, but it's a pretty good downhill and then back uphill journey to get to him. I don't even know if he's there. It may be a vacation home. It's not the guy I've talked to earlier. But he's apparently got a well. And I could hike over there and maybe bum some water off of it if I needed to. But it's a pretty good hike, and water is heavy. So I don't know, we'll see. I mean, when water starts getting scarce, I gotta start thinking about how much longer can I stay. Next trip, that's definitely one of the main priorities, is more resources for water. Bringing, like I said in a previous video, a couple of 55-gallon drums of water, I think. Probably, if I'm going to stay, I'd like to come in the spring and stay into the late fall. We're talking 4 months. I'd like to be out here. So, yeah. If I can get some stuff, actually growing. I've got some potatoes. They've already started to grow some roots. So I'm going to put them in the ground here in a bit. A couple of days. Hopefully, like I said, it's supposed to rain all weekend. If it rains again tomorrow, and we get some more today or tonight, I'll probably put them in the ground, because like I said, they're starting to get a little bit of, growth in the eyes. And I've got some onions and tomatoes, some different melon seeds. I'll walk you through them when I plant it all, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I'm more or less just going to throw some seeds out there, some cuttings, I've got some onions that start to grow a little rootage. I'm going to, greenage. Thinking I'm going to put them in the ground and see if maybe they come back next year. And, when I get here next year, I'll have even more of that kind of stuff. Do some more experimenting. I mean, eventually I want to build a permanent shelter. Not a semi-permanent, but a permanent shelter. And live here. I mean, full-time, year-round. We're talking Grizzly Adams log cabin, friggin' living in the boondocks. My entertainment is the radio and watching the fire and reading books. That's what I'd like to achieve here, and be as self-sufficient as possible. So, yeah, I say, I'm going to be here at least another couple weeks. I'll film some more as things progress and show you guys what I got going on. But yeah, I guess I'm out for now. Clark's Diamond Jewelers sells diamonds on a certificate.